Going in, the Annie is also going to be looking to lock somebody down, and the Jhin can follow up no matter where Annie is. If Annie is on the other side of the Baron pit, if Annie is flashing a wall to set up the stun, doesn't matter where Jhin is because he can just instantly open up his ultimate and look to follow up. The GOAT has had some mediocre early games, not this time.
Well, Grand Starfall going to come in here as the equalizer goes down from Rich, but I don't think he's going to survive. Does take a while for him to go down, and Doran ticking, but still has 100 health.
Grubs you can get. Now they can contest actually with that ultimate from Faker.
All right.
Or will they? I think they should.
See whether Sponge can at least lock down the next one. Kind of important here, and is going to be able to do so. Arizona coming on in, and that is going to be all three. Actually, never mind. T1 actually able to get one of them off the number that I would have otherwise applied it to. And that helps my brain. As LazyField does find himself a nice little stun, but Doran answers really well there. And now Doran gonna have to play some DDR, and look at that, side to side to side to side, and he absolutely nails it. LazyField even giving up as he just kills the wave.
This could be a trick though. Good ward from Doran.
Yeah. Oh, Shock Blast almost just killing LazyField, and thankfully for LazyField, he walks onto. Okay, there's the flash, and the answer does come through. There's the headbutt from Andil! And down he goes. Oh no, Doran absolutely baited. Still does get the flash, I guess. But that doesn't feel good. Very even trade. As, look at this, the arcane-powered Tibbers just attacking the GOAT over and over. And that is going to be T1 locking down the Dragon. Flash pulled onto 3 though. Deadly Flourish comes down. Equalizes fantastic. Featherstorm buying so much space though as Gumayusi looks for an opportunity with the flash. But now it's gone a little bit too far. Or has Sponge, who goes untargetable and just says, I'm an Ascendant. He will do so. The bleed's ticking, but not ticking enough. And Protect the President is in full effect, as Gumayusi will survive.
All the angles there for DRX, but the play on the side of T1 was just too good, and now Owner shows up with his ultimate. LazyField gonna get stunned.
Yep, flash on in, as Gumayusi maybe didn't need to be there, but Deadly Flourish was definitely not gonna land.
With Annie, but if the Annie doesn't get the kill,
This is a special stake delivery here, as Andil is gonna be providing it. T1, all three of them just around the dinner table. Deathray will be able to secure it, because it may not necessarily be warm. As okay, teleport in. See whether Rich can find an angle here as the equalizer goes down. Carrier and Doran now to walk up the red carpet, and they do just walk. And now Rich is the one that's out of position. Yukao came in, but is able to walk out. Had to invest the teleport in a play that isn't necessarily working. Let's see whether we find ourselves a stun, as it doesn't quite work. Gumayusi in trouble though, and he will just burn down. So finally they get their prize.
This for T1 is, while Faker doesn't have teleport, he could just call, all right, just delay the fight there. We have a Pantheon ult, he can join in instantly, and I'll get this turret. Unfortunately, Guma ended up being an unnecessary casualty, I would argue, there in this fight from the Annie, right? This means that Carrier and Doran have to walk up, as we're actually going to live, where Rich is...
Yeah, he's flashing on Faker. Sponge is moving in, but there's another teleport. Owner is already here. Rich is definitely dead, guys. And Sponge is just going to walk himself out of there.
Turret and First Blood, that ship is our first brick has already sailed that ship, so... Doran?
Well, he is going to go to the skies, and so is Sponge. He's just dead. Doran just locks him down.
Brock probably might have made Sponge jump out of his seat a little bit, as he thought maybe he was safe there. Didn't flash, but did, of course, pop. Now Faker's looking for another turret here on the bottom side, as T1 have really just grabbed hold of this game. It doesn't look like they're going to let it go.
Yep. That's Mountain Drake going on down. They're kind of just taking everything. Cloud Soul, because it is, of course, T1. They are the most trustworthy team in the LCK when it comes to getting Cloud Souls. It's absolutely beautiful. Yeah. Doran, eyes on the prize, as T1 looking to start off this Rift Herald. Let's see whether DRX can find themselves an angle. There is Faker getting engaged on. The equalizer is down, and I think he is going to be dead. The rest of T1 now trying to escape as the Featherstorm going to get the flash out as well. Gumayusi
Blast Cone
uses all of his utility, and there is Yukao with the engage. Guma goes down after Owner. That's a lot of shutdown opportunities, and now Carrier, nowhere to go, has a cask. So that might buy him some space, but the rest of them are just going to be killing Rich. These stuns from the Annie set up really, really nicely, especially in this moment.
Yeah, it's so hard to get away from this Annie when you end up losing a fight like this. And I was saying before, if DRX fall too far behind, when they do those combos, they look for the dive and somebody doesn't die. Like, he's going to come down right now, in fact.
Lazy Feel, pretty aggressive positioning here, as I would be a little careful. Carrier comes in and reminds him exactly why, but they're going to try and turn it. Andil goes in. He is traded. Actually, he doesn't even go down. The curtains have now been called. And Gumayushi, you better dance. And he doesn't get out of the last couple. Ona puts up the wall. But I think DRX have pushed them away from this Dragon now and might be able to grab their first of the game.
Really nice flash there from LazyField. Played the fight really well there. His ult was well angled too. Rich on the chase there, forcing Guma's ult out, and that's a Dragon here for DRX. They get the kill on Carrier as well. I think ideally they would have liked more kills on top of it, but I think they'll definitely take the prize. The top turret did go down anyways after Rich left.
Oh, dear.
Now LazyField, no cleanse, no flash.
LazyField, you're not allowed to farm the mid lane. We've spoken about this already. There's Andil looking for a bit of an angle here, but Sponge going in. Rich turns up as well. Now the real damage gets in there. As over the wall goes the doggo. And thankfully they're going to be okay, as there is the pulverize onto 2. Doran burning down, and Yukao collects the kill. Tibbers is going to lie down, but I think that is absolutely fine. The worse type scenario. As this turret, not long for the world, Gumayushi able to walk up and take that one down without too much of an answer. I think one turret is being taken by DRX as well as Game Wolf, so a bit of standing gold on the map.
I think with nothing to protect or fight for topside, it was just the right play to group as 5 and look for that turret.
And this is big lethality on the Jace as well. These shock blasts going to really hurt us. That's just chain CC, and yes, he manages to go up into the Featherstorm, and that just doesn't really do anything. So Gumayushi just caught in mid lane. A little bit of what LazyFeel was experiencing is going to go over his side, and now DRX moving towards the Baron. And T1 4 versus 5, they're going to have to go for this. I don't think they can give this up.
I don't think they can. It's going to be a really hard fight. Doran needs to hit a big shock blast, but he can't hit what he can't see. Might just have to toss it in, and he does. Hit Sponge.
Yeah, Sponge not going to be too worried about it as Yukao on a flank angle. And Tibbers is just being really frustrating. There's the equalizer as DRX look for the turn. The curtain call unanswerable right now, but the bullets aren't really landing. And Rich also getting attacked by the Baron. He's out of there. Andil's also going to be taken down. And T1, they answer the fight really nicely. Now they're looking for even more, but should they? Is the question. Ona says absolutely we should. As in goes Sponge and out he goes via the Death Chamber. As LazyField wanted to offer some damage back, putting some miles into the Infinity Edge that he picked up as he gets a big old shield, and Ona just going to be able to dance forward. Stun comes down, Faker finishes off the Jhin as Doran moving on over. Yukao almost in range, doesn't have flash though. As T1, DRX thought that they had an opportunity. They killed Gumayushi and things looked great, and then they bit off a little more than they could chew.
Right here, they just want to deny owner entry, but Andil and Rich make the call to look for a fight at the same time while Yukao is just guarding the Pantheon.
Any meaningful advantage in this game puts T1 in a fantastic position as Carrier goes for it once again. Cast just going to knock Rich into the wall, and there's nothing he could do. He gets the equalizer off, but that is all we can really say about that. Unbreakable Will now on cooldown for Andil, but he still gets taken down halfway, and this is what I was talking about. T1 now just able to get picks, translate that into full map control, and DRX are just going to fall further and further behind. And a bunch of extra stats now as this Thornbound Articon is also going to be taken.
If they all walked into Yukao where he had his Tibbers stun prepped, you know, maybe there's a world where that goes awry, but I mean, the Annie is like 2-0 and 5, almost has a full set of Dark Seal, Death Cap. I mean, if he could hit a big stun or the fight goes longer.
Well, Ona's going to go in. This might be a bridge too far, as Sponge not going to get pushed away by that. Cask and Andil is just holding them in place. Can Ona get over the wall? That's the question. As Gumayushi says, it does not matter. He can go where he wants because I am massive, and he absolutely is. There's the double kill for the Xayah. And Gumayushi, I think, is a little upset that he died a million times in the early stages of this game and is going to finally get his revenge.
Yeah, he did scale very well in this game, even though he was caught and focused so much in this game. There's a lot of CC, there's a lot of explosive damage here on DRX's comp, so he only gets to press R once, but in this situation didn't need to press it at all as they were in full control. Clean up, Faker denies anyone else from following up, and, you know, focusing a Pantheon, the only option DRX had, but it wasn't going to be successful. It's now Owner's level 18.
Yeah, that's a 3-level lead. This doggo not looking too hot right now. Although it is a hot dog, so it's a bit weird. Probably should be at least warm.
More like a chili dog right now.
Yeah, definitely chili. That's okay. LazyField, can he protect that? Oh dear. Yukao not going to quite find the Tibbers angle. Kind of tells the story of this series a little bit as Grand Starfall comes in. Decent cap jack there from Lazyfield. I don't think it's going to save his life. His spear will be avoided, and so maybe Owner is not going to be able to get that one done. Still, he survives, and they take down Rich as well. And DRX just a little too far behind, ladies and gentlemen. T1, they've scaled into this game, and they are going to utilize that to take down this Nexus here in game number 1. Lazyfield just going to have to dance away from some of these skill shots as he watches his Nexus explode, and I don't even think he's going to be able to do that because Carrier decides that he's worth killing. Let's do it.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.